Alright, fellas, here's the deal. This is week 9. We are going to do a quick segment, very short video. This is going to be called Contender or Pretender. So, as you know, there's 10 people in this league. Only 4 people make the playoffs. So, either you're in it or you're looking at next season. So, let's go ahead and start from the bottom here. Dave English, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Your team's awful. You're in Vegas. You were last week. Your lineup's struggling. You're obviously a pretender. You're not going to make the playoffs this year. You're donezo. Let's call you out for the year. Easy rollover for anybody who plays you the rest of the way, which completely sucks for you. But hey, there's always next year, Dave. We'll see you there. And then we move on to Mike Collins. Team Anal Intruder. The thing with his team is he's trying really, really hard, but he's a pretender. You're not gonna make it to the playoffs when only 4 are gonna make it when your record is what it is currently at 2-6. It's just not gonna happen. And then we go to, let's hit team, I don't know, Jason? Yeah, team bye week. I think you are currently averaging like 60 points a week. You've made some moves, preparing for next season. You have an extra 3rd round pick, an extra 5th round pick. Next year is going to be a lot better for you, but I don't think that this year is in any sort of conversation piece. You're in trouble. Keep trying hard this season because you may be able to fuck some people out of some wins so they can't make the playoffs, but you are also not going to make the playoffs. You are a pretender. Team Saddam. You're 4-4. Tom Brady is not playing like Tom Brady. He is the 21st ranked quarterback in the league, which you drafted him as a top 5 quarterback, hoping. It's not happening that way. So I think at this point you're a pretender. You have a couple people on bye this week, and you just don't have enough receivers to win this week. You'll probably be 4-5 after this week playing me. But we'll put you at a pretender status, and we'll see you next year, Jeff. So that's 4 people. There's 2 more people that can be considered on the bubble. Let's go ahead and go to Team Camden. Camden, I think that your team's solid. I love your wide receivers, but I think you're on the outside looking in here. We're going to go ahead and call you a pretender as well. And then that leaves me, which Jason claims I've ranked too high all year long. And I agree. I agree 100%, Jason. You got me. I have been overperforming, if you will. I'm a pretender. I'm not going to be in the playoffs. I am 5-3, but don't have the firepower, don't have the roster strength to get there. I'm definitely a pretender. So that takes us to our 4 contenders. That would be Sauter. I think his team's strong. I think he has what it takes, and he will make the playoffs. Let's go back to Team Camden for a second. The fact that, look at his points against. Nobody's scoring on this guy, and that's why he's getting his wins. Camden. If people continue to score such low points against you, you may have a shot, but I don't see that happening. You've made it this far just because nobody can score on you. But from here on out, you're done. Alright, so we know 6 people are out, Todd's in. Moving on, Teddy. Teddy, living the dream. You are living the dream, buddy. You're in. You're going to make the playoffs this year. And I think you have what it takes to make some noise in the playoffs. It's only 2 weeks, so you better hope that you get an easy pull in round 1. Because if you do, you'll be in the championship, fighting for the Crew Year 1 trophy, which currently our trophy is being made. I have a metal guy downtown who's forming the trophy right now in the shape of a Heisman. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, it'll be done here in a few weeks, and we can have a trophy presentation come January. We'll see what happens with that. And then our final two teams, we're looking at the Denver Broncos. Keith, hey, by the way, happy birthday. And it is not only your birthday, but it's the Broncos bye week. Luckily for you, you have enough depth on your team that you will maybe skate this week with another win, even with your coveted Broncos on bye. Given that, if you can win when the Broncos are on bye, you can sure as hell win when they're playing. You are one of the favorites at this point, and you're definitely a contender. Which brings us to our number one seed, Vince Shuttlecock. Mr. Cock, you are the elite of the league, have been all year. There's nothing to be said. You're pretty much a shoe-in for the playoffs. I think you have what it takes to hold that Heisman Trophy. But, you know, I've played fantasy a long time. The person that wins the regular season don't always hold the trophy at the end of the season. I think that, you know, there's maybe some moves to be made. Maybe you need one more piece. Keith already made that move. He got Dez Bryant on his roster. Maybe you need one more piece to beat him, to beat the other contenders, so you, at the end of the season, can hold the coveted trophy. The guy who hated fantasy football so much can win the epic Year 1 trophy. Like I said, this video this week, short and sweet. It was pretty cut and dry. You know who your contenders are. You know who are the pretenders at this point. So the next few weeks, we'll see how it plays out. There's not going to be many surprises this week. 4 weeks after that, it's going to shape up pretty much how I just said, because call me Swaystradamus. It's what I know. We will go ahead and see you next week. Hopefully to get a special guest performer on the video next week. Mike Collins, as you know, is supposed to be here this week again. Bailed once again. It's kind of his forte. Not Matt Forte, but his forte. He will commit to doing the videos and then bail last second. So next week, our special guest is supposed to be Mike Collins. Probably won't be, so hopefully Keith, Jason, Teddy, come on over. I'll see you here. And see you in week 9. And remember, if you're winning, it's fantasy, and if you're losing, it's fake.